Some people don't notice much. Some people notice everything, whether that be somebody's tone, silence, energy, or even patterns. And all that awareness, it can hurt.
Everything said on this podcast is strictly for vibes and entertainment. Don't overthink it. Don't overanalyze it. And definitely don't try to make it deeper than it is. Nobody's being exposed. Nobody's being subbed. If the shoe fits, lace it up. But that's on you. Also, please don't take advice from someone sitting on their bed with a mic. Be smart. Stay safe. Enjoy this episode.
Just me sitting on my bed, talking to me like we've been friends. Hey, it's me again, Muna Karim, here I am bringing you the Dopest Discreet Things. Today is episode 18, The Pain of Noticing Everything. Enjoy. As I mentioned in my other podcast episodes, I do my podcast in segments. So we're going to start off with segment 1, which is when you notice too much. I want to start off by saying some people move through life without catching details. I'm one of the people that notice everything. I'm saying there are some people in life that don't notice anything. I don't know. I be thinking, I thought I was the only person to just notice almost everything. When I say everything, I mean little details. I mean somebody's energy shift. I mean somebody's tone change. I'd be like, am I tripping? No. If I have to ask myself, am I tripping? 9 times out of 10, I'm not tripping. A lot of people don't notice people's shifts. A lot of people don't notice a lot of people's energies change. A lot of people don't notice when something feels off. They just go with life. I don't know. And I feel like noticing everything does get draining. That's why I thought I was the only person that did that. But come to find out, a lot of people are the same. So, and there's a lot of people that don't notice everything. They don't know how to, I wouldn't say read the room, but I think that's the start of it. And yeah, like I was saying, then there's those people, and then there's people that, like me, that notice everything, that notice tone changes, that notice when somebody's energy feels different, and you get to start asking yourself, or am I tripping? Am I tripping? No, you're not tripping. You notice when silence feels louder than words. I don't know. I guess you can, it leads back again to reading the room or reading a person. I know how to read a person. I know, especially if you've been around that person so much, something just off, you can tell. I don't know. A lot of people can't tell. That's what scares me. At first, when I started to notice that I notice everything, it was like, okay, you're a really observant person, Muna. Okay, it makes you aware, but it's always a downside to something, like a pro and a con. The cons are noticing everything in the end can hurt you. That's why I be taking a lot of shit to heart when I'm really not supposed to be taking a lot of shit to heart, because pause. I could take anything I want to heart, but it's just like the way I look at it from my point of view is different from however anybody else may look at it from their point of view. So if I feel some type of way about something, that other person might not be looking at it how I'm looking at it, or they just don't see it how I see it. Like, simple. That's just that. I do want to also say, when it comes to people, it might hurt more than it should, like noticing a lot of things or noticing everything, because once you see something that somebody does or that somebody continues to do, you can't unsee it, or like you can't look at them the same. Especially, okay, I'm gonna get to that in the next segment because I want to tell a story time. Well, that's one thing that like makes it sting, like, because you really can't do anything about it but leave that person alone. Sometimes you wish you didn't catch on to whatever somebody may be doing, because like I said, it changes how you see people, situations, and even yourself at the end of the day, which is it could like really twist your mind into like thinking. It could twist your brain, your mind into from you thinking this way to like a whole another way, because a lot of shit do be happening in people's life where it changes their whole perspective on a lot of shit. Something traumatic can happen to you, it changes your whole perspective on everybody, everything. Ain't no going back. Like, I don't know, it's a lot of shit. I guess I could tell y'all a story time in this segment. It's not even a story time, it's more so of how I noticed that I noticed everything. I can say basically everybody in my past, they did something. It would, when somebody does something to you and you tell them about themselves, and then after that, y'all have a conversation, y'all have an understanding, but then they do it again. So it's like, okay, this is not something that you obviously can change or want to change, so you just keep on doing it. So now it turns into a pattern that you start to see. So now you can't see this person how you used to look at them because they're at this point disrespecting you. So that's what I mean. Like, I notice like literally everything, and from that it goes to when you and that person start hanging out more, or after you keep noticing stuff, like it just, the mood and the whole vibe when y'all get together just don't feel how it used to feel, because it's like, it's getting weird now. Like, I don't know. There's a few people, and they know, I feel like everybody know who they are, because like, I don't tolerate disrespect. Disrespect is one thing I don't tolerate. I don't give a fuck who you are. They'll come over here disrespecting me, and then expect me to stay in your life. What the hell? I don't know who the fuck. But that wasn't really a story time. It was just like a little backstory of where I'm coming from with this whole thing. And not just me, because I know there's a lot of people out there. You might be watching this, like, you are a very observant person. You peep everything. Like, there's nothing you can do to stop peeping everything. It just installed in you. Like, that's just you. I don't know. Am I tweaking? No. But yeah, that was it for segment 1, when you notice everything. Next is segment 2. Awareness is a blessing and also it's a burden. I don't care what anybody says, okay? Being highly aware isn't always peaceful. Being highly aware also comes in with having discernment. I just learned that not everybody has discernment. For me, I take it as like, oh my God, I have a superpower. Because discernment is really a superpower. The people that have discernment and know, like when you know, you just know. And it's scary. And it's pros and cons to having discernment too. Because it's like, damn, you see everything before it even happens. You already know, you feel the energy. People be calling you weird. A lot of people be calling me weird because it's like, I literally remove myself from weird shit. I remove myself from weird shit. So I guess that's weird to them because they already know what they're planning to do. I already seen that shit. I already done seen that shit. They don't know that though. So me getting out their life quicker than before they can even do what the fuck they were trying to do, leave them like, damn, how the fuck she know? So now I'm weird. Now I'm doing too much, and now all this other shit. Having discernment comes in with a lot of stuff, but going back to what I was saying, being highly aware isn't always peaceful. My opinion, again, to me, it means you read between the lines and you also feel a lot of things very, very, very deeply. I feel a lot of things deeply. Hence why in the beginning of this whole episode, I said I take a lot of shit to the heart, because it's like I was already peeping all that, but at the end of the day, I was trying to like give motherfuckers benefit of the doubt. So now I get the motherfucker benefit of the doubt. And the same shit that I seen that was going to happen, happened. So now it's like, okay, now you can't really be disappointed with anybody but yourself. Because you already done seen it coming, but you still stayed for whatever the fuck reason. I don't know. And that could be with anything, honestly. That don't have to just be with a relation. That could be with anybody or anything. I feel like in the end, all that awareness could feel heavy because it's like now you have information that you didn't ask for. That's just me, though. That's just my opinion on it. That's why I feel like everything be weighted so heavily. I don't know if it's just me though, but I feel like it's not, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people in this world and not everybody talks about what goes through their mind. A lot of people be scared, they don't have nobody to talk to, or they just don't know how to speak their mind, or they don't know how to put it in words of how they're feeling. In the end, I feel like noticing everything doesn't mean you're a negative person. It just means that you're very perceptive. Also, I want to say the con of like being aware and all that, it's like, I guess you could say pain. The pain comes from when you're aware of things that others don't see about themselves or within themselves, or just they see it but they don't want to acknowledge it and take accountability of it. A lot of people do not like change, so that's why when you try to tell somebody about themselves, they be so quick to like shut you out. They don't want to hear about it. They be so quick to change the topic, or they just get mad, like very defensive. My bad. I didn't know it was gonna take you there, but a lot of people do not like hearing about themselves, especially if it's bad or something that they have to change. And that's not an opinion, that's a fact, actually. Yeah, but me personally, if it's something that, like I said, if it's something that's bothering somebody that I did and I can change that, please let me know. Please let me know. I want to change that. Especially if it's not just bothering you, it's bothering a lot of people. please let me know if you like, because I like change. I like to better myself, especially if it's something that I'm doing that I don't see myself. Let me know. I always tell everybody around that. Everybody around me, I always tell them that. Like, don't feel hesitant to tell me nothing. It's just how you come off about it. Don't be disrespectful like about it, but you can like you're just your tone. Like, there's a lot of ways you can come up to somebody about things, but if you come up disrespectful, that's a different thing. Now, if you're respectful about it, have a conversation like an adult, okay, cool. That's it. Sometimes the hardest part isn't the situation itself. It's more so realizing that you're the only person that noticed. And if nobody did notice the same way you noticed, it's always you tweaking, you tripping, get together, something along those lines. This is bullshit. Because everybody do be peeping shit, but then not a lot of people will come out and say. That was it for segment 2, awareness is a blessing and a burden. Next is segment 3, learning how to live with awareness. When it comes to this, I feel like in the end, for me or for anybody that's listening to this and they feel like they're so aware, too aware, or just notice everything or peep everything, the goal isn't to stop noticing. Goal in the end is learning how to protect your peace while you're so aware. Because like I said, noticing everything, peeping everything that others might not see and acknowledge, that shit does start to feel heavy. So as long as you learn how to protect your peace while being so aware, you'll be fine. I had to learn that the hard way. This discernment stuff started like high school. That's why I didn't have a lot of friends in high school, I'll say. Because I could see right through them people. Like, I don't know. Wasn't nobody friend. Everybody was always talking about somebody. It was always some type of fight going on. So many rumors. You know, high school gonna be high school. But even after high school, people that try to come in my life, like, I can look at somebody like, yeah, we're not gonna last long as a friend, relation, whatever you're trying to come in my life to be. Or you just have to literally sit with people. You don't even have to sit with people for so long to know who they are. When I say that, I say it to say the people that I've been around in the past has shown me a lot in so much short amount of time. That's why I was saying, me personally, it don't take that long for me to see how you act and why you do what you do or why, whatever. Like I said, back then I used to give people chance after chance after chance, but it's like, you giving these motherfuckers chance after chance, they do not give a fuck about you, they do not give a fuck about your feelings, none of that. Even now, like, we is too grown. But I'm not even gonna use the word grown. You're too aware of what you're doing, like, to be trying to mess with people's feelings. Like, I don't play that. About my feelings, about my emotions, about me, I don't play. So I feel like I'm getting played with, nigga, you just gonna have to go. It don't matter how much I love you, care for you, you gotta go. And that's gonna be easy for you when you have self-worth and you have self-respect. That's just that. And remember I was telling y'all, like, in the other podcast episode, I wonder if people that I used to talk to or like be friends with watch my shit. They definitely do, cause I see them in the likes on my Instagram and my TikTok. Hey, being aware or having awareness does not mean that you have to react to everything, because if that's the case, then you're gonna be drained to shit. It doesn't mean that you need to confront everything, because first of all, not a lot of people can even take confrontation. Not a lot of people can even, like, yeah, they can't even do that. And not a lot of people are good with confronting people. And it doesn't mean that every observation you make deserves your energy. It's just observation, cool, keep it cute, pushing. That's all. All in all, you can still be aware and choose calm. You can notice patterns and still move with grace. And also, what I had to learn the hard way is you can see everything, but you do not have to carry everything. Because if that's what you're doing, you gonna be one drained ass motherfucker. Take it from me, please. Do not do that shit. Like, don't do that shit. I will say the pain of noticing everything is real, but I will say so is the power in it, because at the end of the day, once you start to learn how to manage your awareness instead of letting it overwhelm you, it becomes wisdom. And I will say wisdom, that's when the noticing stops hurting and starts to guide you, instead of making yourself feel drained and overwhelmed and all these other feelings that you don't need to be feeling. Being observant and peeping everything, like I said, everything comes with pros and cons. But it's a lot of pros to it more than cons, I will say. Very grateful that I'm an observant person. I know how to read the room and this, that, and third, because I'll be really quick to get the fuck up out some weird shit. Literally, shit, axe. I don't play that weird shit. That weird shit, disrespectful shit, that little acting funny shit, that little distant shit. Because once a motherfucker start to get distant, they start to act funny. And that's why I be so confused. Like, if you know you don't want to be around somebody, why start to act distant and this, that, and the third, and like let somebody go slowly? Like, nigga, just be real, be a real ass bitch and say, I don't want to talk to you no more. I don't know. A lot of people don't want to tell you they don't want you in their life because they need you in their life for some placeholder, whatever it may be. Everybody's using everybody for something. You're in somebody's life for a reason, and they're in your life for a reason as well. So y'all both are feeding off of each other from whatever it may be. And not everybody stays in your life for a lifetime. It could be for a season or a reason. That's why I don't be taking shit to the heart as much as I used to, because a lot of people that comes in my life, I end up teaching them more, or they get more shit from me than I get from them. So I'm like, maybe they needed me for that season. I guess that's how life works. Everybody's here for a season or a reason. Don't get too attached to nobody, because nobody's permanent. Like I said in my other podcast episode, the only thing that's promised is death. So do as you please with that info. Oh, that was it for segment 3, but I do question of the videos in all my episodes. So the question of the video for this episode is, what's something you noticed recently that changed how you saw a situation or a person? I can answer. So recently I cut somebody off because they did something. They kept doing it though. Like, it started to become a pattern. I don't like that shit. So now at that point, I'm taking it as disrespect. Like I said, cut them off. Did I want to? No, hell no. Did I love that person? Hell yes. Do I love myself more? Yes. So what did I have to do? Get the fuck up out of there. It's me over anybody any day. Like, I love myself, know my self-worth. I know I'm a good ass friend, a good ass girlfriend, whatever. So somebody play with me, I take it to the heart. I don't give a fuck how little it may be to them, but I take it to the heart, because like, I would never do that shit to you. So for you to do that shit to me, that's why I take it to the heart, because it's like, that's some weird ass shit. Feel free to answer that question down below or in my DMs if you don't feel like answering down below. Or if you don't feel like answering in my DMs on Instagram, you can just sit down and reflect on that. Thank you for listening to the Dopest Discreet Podcast. You can listen on Apple Podcasts, or you can watch on YouTube. I'm your host, Muna Karim, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Talk to you later.